We have made America safe again, and we will make America great again. Thank you very much, Pennsylvania. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. Thank you, Pennsylvania. Thank you. Thank you.
Donald Trump, you are known for your terrible haircut, and now I can see why. Your hair sucks. You look like Justin Bieber caught on fire.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank.
What if I told you that the name Trump wasn't always Trump? That it started in an obscure German wine village, survived gold rush brothels, and was propelled by fierce matriarchs and real estate hustlers to become a global brand. Buckle up, because this is the story of one family's journey from humble roots to the world's spotlight. Roots in Kallstadt, from Drumpf to Trump. Imagine a tiny German wine-growing village, Kallstadt, where back in 1608, an itinerant lawyer named Hans Drumpf settled. That name, Drumpf, would evolve through centuries into the now famous Trump. The surname morphed over the years from Drum, Trom, Trum to Trumpf, a change natural in that era. Frederick Trump, Donald's grandfather, was born in Kallstadt in 1869. At just 16 in 1885, he left Germany, landing at Ellis Island, and set off on a rugged, adventurous path. First as a barber and restaurant operator in Seattle, later venturing north to the Yukon during the gold rush. He ran a restaurant, and yes, a brothel for miners, turning entrepreneurial grit into an American start. There's even a local documentary from Kallstadt, Kings of Kallstadt, exploring how this tiny village birthed not only the Trump dynasty, but also the Heinz ketchup empire, a fascinating cousinly connection. The film underscores the irony of Germany's ambivalence toward one of its most famous descendants, Trump, and how for decades, the family obscured its German roots, even claiming Swedish heritage due to post-World War II anti-German sentiment. The matriarch and the builder, Elizabeth and Fred Trump. Back in America, Elizabeth Christ Trump, Frederick's wife, became a formidable businesswoman in her own right. After Frederick died in 1918, she co-founded E. Trump and Son, managing, building, and even funding mortgages herself, paving the foundation for the family enterprise. She wasn't just a placeholder, she was the engine. Their son, Fred Trump, grew up ambitious. Born in 1905 in New York, despite sometimes claiming German birth, he launched his own construction business at age 15, building garages with his mother as partner. Together, mother and son steadily expanded into residential real estate, building the backbone of a real estate empire that focused on housing middle-class Queens families, setting the stage for future magnates. The immigrant mother, Anne MacLeod Trump. On the other side, there is Anne MacLeod, Donald's mother. Born in Scotland's Isle of Lewis in 1912, she emigrated to the US around 1930, working as a domestic servant before marrying Fred Trump in 1936. She was the steady leader of their family's story. The couple raised 5 children in Queens: Marianne, Elizabeth, Fred Jr., Donald, and Robert. Donald was the 4th born in 1946, making him the middle child among siblings. Young Donald, Military Academy to Wharton, taking the helm. Born June 14, 1946 in Queens, Donald John Trump attended the New York Military Academy before graduating from Wharton with an economics degree in 1968. In 1971, he took over his family's real estate business, renaming it the Trump Organization. There, he expanded beyond warehouses and housing into skyscrapers, luxury properties, hotels, casinos, and golf courses, each branded with that big, bold Trump logo. Marriage, children, and building a dynasty. Donald's personal life also shaped the family legacy. His first marriage was to Ivana Zelníková from Czechoslovakia, wedded in 1977, yielding Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric before dissolving publicly in 1992. He then married Marla Maples, American second marriage, and they had Tiffany in 1993. His third marriage is to Melania Naus, Slovenian-born, U.S. citizen. Their son Baron was born in 2006. Together, all these relationships form a modern American dynasty of 5 children, each with their own paths and personalities. The next generation, children and influence. Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric all served as executive VPs at the Trump Organization, carrying on the real estate legacy. Ivanka even served as a senior White House advisor before stepping back in 2022. Tiffany, although less involved in the business, works in academia and has recently become a parent herself. Barron, the youngest, is now studying at NYU, navigating life quietly amid public fascination and forming unique bonding dynamics with his older half-siblings despite the generational gap. Behind the brand, scandals, triumphs, and reinvention. When you hear Trump, your mind might ping with skyscrapers, reality TV, or even political bombshells. But here's what's fascinating. This family built its name not just through real estate, but through reinvention. Think about it. Frederick Trump started with a tiny restaurant and, yes, a brothel during the Klondike Gold Rush. Then, Elizabeth Christ Trump picked it up and steered a housing empire during the Depression. Fred Trump leveraged that into mass housing. And Donald Trump didn't just expand it. He rebranded it, transformed it into luxury, celebrity, and media spectacle. We're talking layers here, not just brick and mortar, but image, narrative, ambition. It's like storytelling in concrete and TV, all crescendoing into politics. Women of influence. Let's fast forward to the women who shaped modern Trump. Ivana Trump was more than Mrs. Trump. She was a savvy businesswoman, behind-the-scenes dealmaker, and style icon, running the Plaza Hotel and helping define an era of luxury. Marla Maples, often overshadowed, brought a different kind of spotlight. Her years in the public eye during the 1990s added a softer, glitzy energy to the brand. Melania Trump, a model turned first lady, is perhaps the most enigmatic of all. Her few but powerful public moments reflect a cool, deliberate presence. Behind her every look and speech, there's storytelling, branding, and intention. Here's what's striking. Each woman brought a distinct influence and aura. None were just spouses. They shaped public perception, style, even the pace of the brand's evolution. Generations in transition. Now, the kids, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, you've seen them front and center, expanding Trump-branded hotels, deals, and investing in their public personas. Ivanka even served as senior advisor in the White House. Tiffany charted a different course, more private, pursuing education and working beyond the Trump organization's glare. Barron, the youngest, remains something of a mystery, growing up in the glare of fame and politics but keeping to a quieter profile. Here's the big thought. They're not clones of their dad. They each seem to reflect how the family story can evolve. Legacy isn't transmission, it's transformation. From name to legacy. What's next? Let's throw out some big questions. Can a brand built on bravado and controversy survive in quieter times? What's the next chapter for the Trump name? Business, politics, philanthropy? Will generational renewal, reinvention, or retreat define what comes next? There's something irresistible here. Watching a real-life dynasty pivot, recast, maybe even rebrand again. Whether history remembers them for building towers, ratings, or revolts, there's no denying. They understand the power of narrative, and that may be their true legacy. A name, a brand, a legacy. Through centuries from Drumpf to Trump, the name has become more than identity. It's brand, power, and controversy. The name change wasn't just cosmetic. It reflects immigrant adaptation and societal pressures, a theme woven in their history. The family's story is enriched by strong women, Elizabeth Christ Trump's savvy leadership, Mary Ann's immigrant resilience, and the visibility of Ivana, Marla, and Melania. The generational arc, from a Bavarian baker's family to a U.S. presidency, underscores the unpredictable, provocative, and compelling nature of the American dream. The power of media and myth. From The Art of the Deal to The Apprentice, the Trump family mastered the art of media storytelling. Reality TV didn't just showcase business deals. It built a myth, turning Trump into a household name worldwide. Every headline, every appearance, every controversy fed the brand, proving that in the modern era, perception can be as powerful as reality itself. So listen carefully. This is far more than a family history. It's a portrait of ambition, adaptation, and identity. It's a study in how a name becomes legend and how legend evolves. We've traced a journey from Drumpf, a name whispered in hidden German villages, to Trump, a name shouted in boardrooms, living rooms, and houses of power. Stay curious, stay engaged, and if this storyline fascinates you as much as it does me, hit that subscribe, smash that share, and don't blink, because the next chapter might be just around the corner.